A 15-minute inspirational talk by Daily Talk English. Hi everyone, welcome back to Daily Talk English, your daily dose of confidence, connection, and conversation in English. If you're learning English and you're afraid to speak, this video is for you. Today I want to share something very personal. The first time I ever spoke English in real life. Not in a classroom, not in a textbook, but with a real person, in a real situation, with real fear. It was awkward, it was hilarious, and it completely changed the way I looked at language. So grab a drink, sit back, and let me take you back to that unforgettable day. I had been learning English for years. Maybe like you, I studied in school, memorized vocabulary lists, and practiced textbook dialogues that went something like this. Hello, Peter. How are you today? I'm fine, thank you. And you? I'm fine too. Great in theory, totally useless in real life. Because in all those years of study, I had never actually spoken English outside of school. Not once. I had never used English to solve a problem, meet a stranger, or make a connection. It was all theoretical until one summer when everything changed. I was 16 when my school organized a 2-week student exchange trip to Singapore. We were told everything would be in English. The schools, the tours, the host families, I was nervous. But I told myself, you've studied English for years. You've got this. That confidence lasted exactly 5 seconds. At immigration, the officer looked at me and asked, "Purpose of your visit?" My brain froze, I panicked, and all I managed to say was, yes. That was my grand entrance into the English-speaking world. Just yes. A few days later, something happened that I'll never forget. We were visiting a science museum and somehow I got separated from my group. I walked around, pretending to be interested in ancient dinosaur bones. But inside, I was freaking out. Then I saw her, a volunteer, around my age. She looked friendly. She had a badge. I took a deep breath, walked up, and said, "Excuse me, I am lost. Can you help me find my group?" She smiled. She actually understood me. "Sure. What school are you with?" At that moment, something clicked in my head. I had just spoken English, and it worked. My grammar wasn't perfect, my pronunciation was shaky. But it didn't matter. I connected. And that's the whole point of language. After that moment, I started trying more. At lunch, 1 chicken rice, please. Spicy or not? Little spicy? I started thinking in English, slowly, clumsily. But it was happening. Yes, I made mistakes. Lots of them. I once told someone, "I am boring," instead of "I am bored." I called a waiter a cheese instead of cashier. And worst of all, I once asked a girl, "Can I sit on you?" when I meant, "Can I sit with you?" We both laughed. I was embarrassed, but I survived. And that's how confidence is built, not by being perfect, but by being brave. As I kept speaking, I started noticing things I had never seen before. The sound of English, the rhythm, the music of it. People didn't always say, "going to." They said, "gonna." They didn't always say, "how are you?" They said, "sup?" I started mimicking those sounds, shadowing actors from movies, repeating lines from sitcoms, saying them to myself in the mirror. I wasn't just studying English anymore. I was becoming an English speaker. That first conversation, asking for help, taught me something bigger than English. It taught me that language is not about grammar, it's about connection. It's not about having a perfect accent or a 1,000-word vocabulary. It's about being able to say, "I'm lost. I need help. Thank you." You too. It's about emotion, empathy, human moments. That day, I stopped seeing myself as just a student. I was a communicator, a speaker, part of a global community. So to everyone watching this, if you're afraid to speak English, if you worry about mistakes or your accent, please hear me. The goal is not perfection. The goal is progress. Your first English sentence might be messy. It might be simple. It might be just one word, like mine. Yes, but it will mean everything. Because it's not about saying something right. It's about saying something real. So don't wait for the perfect moment. Make this the moment. Say hello. Ask a question. Order a coffee. Get lost and ask for directions. That day, I spoke English for the first time. I was scared. I felt small. But I spoke anyway. And because I spoke, I was understood. I was helped. I was seen. If I hadn't said anything that day, I might still be waiting to start. So if you're waiting for a sign, this is it. Speak. And when you do, come back and tell me about it in the comments. Because here at Daily Talk English, every sentence is a small victory, and every voice matters, including yours. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.